everybody. If I haven't introduced myself, I am Trav, T-R-A-V. This is Unlimited Scaling. So the next two videos is going to be a two-part series about what is flow state and what does it do for you. So, you ever have situations where it's just so much chaos around you, people they don't even sound like humans, they sound like animals. This person over here hating on somebody, wants you to hate with them. They over there screaming and acting crazy. This person over here scoping you and grilling you and low-key hating and throwing shade, and it's just all this chaos, man, all around you. But you calm though. But all that negative energy, some of it is irritating you. So how do you let go and detach yourself from all of that while you're just present? You know what's going on. If you're at work, you're not getting behind, you're not slipping up or anything. You're sharp, you're focused, but none of the chaos around you is bothering you whatsoever. So how do you tap into that state? To those that like to push themselves, they probably know already. You tap into that state when you running in a marathon, or let's say you just say, I'm gonna run 3 miles today. So boom, you're on your last lap and you decide you're gonna throw 2 more in there. You in flow state. Once I learned about it, and once I learned to tap into it, things don't bother me like they used to. And there's people that actually try to bother you on purpose. And when they say they can't, they just can't comprehend why you're not upset and why you're not triggered. Because when they trigger you, they can steal your energy, the toxic people, So yeah, I can give you a beautiful example. I worked with this Spanish dude who was very jealous of me. And I never understood why, because I always shared things with him. I helped him with his job sometimes. And I was more approachable than he was. So people would come to me on the job when they needed something, versus not coming to him. And that was something he didn't like. And on my lunch breaks, I used to do calisthenics. I'd go outside, run around, do a little small 1 mile. Bring my speed rope, I road skip. I just did things to keep my blood flowing, to keep me awake, because I worked overnight, like long night shifts, 12 hours and all that, So the dude was so insecure. He got his girlfriend to come from, it's a huge place I work, all the way from the other side of this manufacturing huge place. He got her to transfer to his area so he can keep an eye on her, because he got tired of hearing about guys trying to talk to his girlfriend. And to me, I would say, if she really yours, you don't gotta worry about that. If she not truly with you, bro, she gonna go somewhere else, and she gonna hide it probably, or she probably not gonna hide it. But dude was just extremely insecure. So he got his girl to come over. She started sitting with us on our lunch breaks. She like, hello, Trap. Just speaking to me with this big smile. I just be like, how you doing? And I go back to what I'm doing, reading my audiobook on my phone, or watching the YouTube video, whatever I was doing after I come back from my workouts or whatever. So I noticed, like, one day she came over early and sat down, and it was like, how you doing, Travis? And I was like, I'm good, And he looked up at us, and I'm just looking at him, and I looked back, and then I just grabbed my speed rope and go walk away. In this private area where nobody can see me, because you know how insecure people get when they see you better yourself. So I came back sweaty, I stretched, and I sat down, and I felt something. So I looked up, this dude looking at me with his mug, and I was like, man, what the heck wrong with him? So it irritated me, so I gave him the mug back, and he quickly looked away, right? And then a couple work nights passed, and they hit me one night, man. This dude think, man, this girl might be talking and we not. I literally limit what I say to her out of respect. But maybe I'm a select male. Word to Ron Wills and all the other YouTubers that speak on that. I don't know. But I mean, the type of jealousy I experience, I might be a select male, as they call it. But flow state helped me deal with that type of crap and deal with it from other guys who just notice how certain women will look at me the way my shirt fit my chest and my arms, and none of that was on purpose to make people jealous or anything. It's just the way my clothes fit, from gains. You know what I'm saying? But dealt with a lot of that, man. A lot of that. I'll speak more about that later with that guy, because it led to something bigger. It led to a big problem for me. But yeah, with flow state, it help you block out crap like that. People trying to test you to see what you'll deal with until you get triggered until you check them, and then they try to play the victim if management come around, or if you're dealing with somebody in the street or a family member and they get out loud and other people run over and wonder what's going on, man, what y'all doing, what he do, like how to deal with irritating people who demons push them, the demons their pimp, and they pimp them to be their little pro to bother people like me and you, bro or sis, to try to get us, to trick ourselves, whether trick ourselves out of a job or trick ourselves out of a hustle or trick ourselves off the street into the penile or whatever, But yeah, flow state is very important, and it's a great tool to use when you're gonna be around a lot of negative people, so it has a lot to do with how you breathe and not thinking the same thoughts over and over. Something that might have bothered you, how to let go. And it's another thing too. Like a lot of times when you go for runs, whether it's a mile or whatever, how long when they say run us high, you basically in that meditative flow state because you're running. And you gotta concentrate on your breathing, deep breaths. You focus on the deep breaths, and before you know it, tunnel vision. You fully aware of everything around you, every person, every voice. Every intricacy of what a person is saying, different emotions. You're aware of everything, but some people might think, oh, they're in their own world. Yeah, you can say that, but I understand what's going on around me. But yeah, it's a very, very important state. And some people say it's meditating with the Most High, which I agree with that too. You might have studied something profound, and now you thinking back on that while you're at work, and it's putting you in that state too. So some people help get into that state from binaural beats and all that too. But yeah, flow state is very important. It can help you get through a lot of situations dealing with a lot of people who aren't good people, who have these little wicked little schemes to get you out the door out of jealousy and envy. I'm gonna teach you how to deal with that. This is just an intro. Part 2, we'll talk more about that. But yeah, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you're interested in figuring out a new side hustle that actually works out for you, just check out my ebook in the description section. I got a lot of things that's beneficial to those that seek, to grow. And also, don't be afraid to comment to me about situations where you dealt with somebody or dealt with people that came up against you, and you had to be creative in those situations to keep them from turning everybody against you or whatever you might have to deal with. How did you process that hate in those situations, working in a high chaos environment like a workplace or whatever? Even if you don't work in the workplace, you're in the entertainment world, whatever type of world you work in, how did you deal with it? or helped you. You know, 'cause your words can help somebody else, and that's why I'm here, to help people not fall into the traps and mistakes that I fell into that set me back. So yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.